Healthy relationships do not begin with finding the perfect partner. They begin with being rooted in your own self-worth. Without it, love becomes a performance, a chase for validation, a series of compromises that erode your truth. But when you are anchored in self-respect, you stop chasing love and start attracting it. You no longer grasp at half-hearted connections or try to earn affection through over-functioning. You remember that you are the table, not just someone hoping for a seat at it. From that place of inner rootedness, the love you welcome is different. It is calmer, it is kinder, it is true. It does not come to rescue you, it comes to meet you where you already stand strong. I am Zane, a relationship consultant and psychologist. Let's dive in deeply, my dear viewers. Number 1, self-worth sets the standard. When you respect yourself, you naturally begin to shape the way others treat you. You set boundaries not to push people away, but to protect your peace. You recognize when someone's inconsistency is not a mystery, it is a message. And you stop arguing with that message. You no longer try to decode mixed signals or justify emotional unavailability. Instead, you say, "This does not work for me." That kind of clarity is magnetic, not harsh. It makes space for someone who sees you clearly because you first saw yourself. It allows you to stop lowering your standards for the sake of connection and start holding space for a relationship that matches your integrity. Number 2, confidence is magnetic. True confidence is not loud. It does not demand the spotlight or cling to constant reassurance. It is a steady presence that says, "I know my value, and I trust myself even if others do not." That quiet inner certainty draws people in, not because you are trying, but because you are centered. It tells the world you do not need fixing. That kind of emotional security is deeply attractive. Confidence does not mean you never doubt. It means you no longer abandon yourself in the face of doubt. It is that grounded presence that turns attention into affection and curiosity into commitment.
Ow.
Number 3, you stop chasing, fixing, or proving. When you are rooted in worth, you stop overextending yourself to make someone stay. You stop thinking love is something you have to earn. You do not bend into shapes just to fit someone else's comfort zone. You do not silence your truth for the illusion of closeness. You do not perform for scraps of attention, because you've already known you are enough. The right relationship will never make you feel like a task or a project. It will feel like a resting place, not a test. And in that peace, you can finally exhale, because you are not working to be loved. You are simply being, and that is enough. Number 4, you communicate authentically. Self-worth lets you speak from a place of emotional honesty. You can say, "This hurt me," without shrinking. You can say, "I need this," without guilt. You trust that your feelings are valid even if they are not always understood. And you invite your love partner to do the same. This level of open communication builds emotional intimacy, not tension. Because when you are not performing, you are present. And presence is what love thrives on. Authenticity becomes the bridge between two hearts, not because you say everything perfectly, but because you say it from the truth. Number 5, you're comfortable being alone. Solitude is no longer your enemy, it becomes your sanctuary. You stop seeing being alone as a punishment and start experiencing it as freedom. You no longer accept connections that drain you just to avoid loneliness. You choose peace over proximity. That grounded energy shifts how you enter relationships because you are not seeking rescue. You are seeking resonance. And that difference changes everything. It means you are no longer willing to sacrifice your well-being for companionship. You would rather wait in peace than stay in chaos. Number 6, you attract from wholeness, not wounds. Unhealed wounds tend to attract repetition. You find yourself stuck in the same patterns, drawn to people who echo past pain. But healing changes your taste. When you are rooted in self-worth, you stop confusing chaos with passion. You stop mistaking control for care. You begin to desire relationships that reflect your growth, not your grief. You attract people who meet you in the present, not people who keep you anchored to the past. And that shift changes the quality of your love, becomes conscious, intentional, and life-affirming. Number 7, love becomes a mirror, not a crutch. When your self-worth is intact, love becomes an extension, not an escape. Your love partner is not your identity. They are your companion. You are no longer trying to merge to feel whole. You are already whole. And that kind of love feels different. It feels peaceful, balanced, liberating. You give from overflow, not emptiness. You receive with grace, not guilt. You are not dependent on love to feel complete, are already home. That's when love becomes what it was always meant to be, a celebration, not a salvation. Your relationship with yourself is the soil from which all love grows. If the roots are shallow, even the prettiest connection will eventually topple. But when those roots are deep grounded in compassion, clarity, and self-respect, the love you grow becomes steady. And that steadiness is where everything beautiful begins. It is not about perfection, it is about inner alignment. Because when you are rooted in truth, the love you build becomes an honest reflection of who you really are. You do not find love by being more lovable. You find love by being more self-loving. In the next episode on STR TV, we will explore emotional self-abandonment, how it happens, how to recognize it, and how to come back to yourself. Subscribe to STR TV, and as always, tune into your emotional instincts.